If you want to learn about the Pokemon TCG, you've come to the right place. My name is JenksTCG, and today we're going to be looking at ADP Zacian in the standard format, as well as some gameplay and a deck list. So if that's what you're here for, stay tuned, and let's get into the video. Here is the ADP Zacian deck list. This list has cards like Order Pad and Acro Bike to rush the Altered Creation GX, and the goal of the deck going second is to get that turn 1 Altered Creation GX by using Energy Switch and Metal Saucer in order to put those energies onto the ADP and get attacking as soon as possible. This deck is super turbo, and the original list came from Omega Scizor, who is a big supporter of the channel, so shout out to him. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into some games and see how the deck gets played. Alright guys, so here's game 1 with ADP Zacian. We're going to be looking to set up that Altered Creation attack. So I'm going to go ahead and Acro Bike just to see what we have access to. Get an Order Pad. So this deck's a little flippy. These coin flips on the Order Pads can be make or break. There's one Order Pad, there's another one, we get a heads. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a Cherish Ball and just grab our ADP, get this attachment down, and we do have the guaranteed turn 2 Altered Creation as long as no hammers come into play. Our opponent opens the Zigzagoon, so it's possible they are playing that Dragapult deck. I'm going to go ahead and put the Swell into play and just use Intrepid Sword to draw some cards. We are going to get another Order Pad, so a lot of coin flips are going to be happening in these games. And yeah, like I said earlier, the goal is just Altered Creation into attack, 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 and you're just going to want to keep doing that until you win. Altered Creation is going to allow you to take extra prize cards and deal more damage, so you can make some of these matchups a lot easier. And here we have the Scoop Up Net for the concession. GG's, let's get into the next one. Alright guys, game number 2, our opponent mulliganed. I know they're playing that Dragapult Hammers deck, or a Psychic Energy deck with Hammers. There's a Latios. This could get a little sticky, but if we're able to get that turn 1 Altered Creation attack, since we're going second, the Latios won't really be a big deal. Here's going to be the Mysterious Treasure coming down from the Stellar Wish, getting rid of a Scoop Up Net, but imagine this would be targeting a Dragapult or an Inkay. So maybe I was wrong. It looks like we're playing against some type of Malamar build with hammers, which is a little interesting, but this shouldn't be any big deal as long as we can get our Altered Creation off, take some extra prizes, and we should be completely fine if that's the case. Another treasure going to come down, probably going to target an Inkay. Yep, there it is. And Malamar, for those of you who don't know, is going to allow the opponent to accelerate Psychic Energies to their Pokemon and get attacks going with some other pokes. So there's a Latios into the active with the Scoop Up Net. Interesting that they didn't go back into the Rachi. The hand might have a supporter in it. So we got some flips, we got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to go ahead and use this Order Pad. Heads or tails, we get a heads. That's pretty big. We're going to go ahead and grab the Energy Spinner. It's going to be pretty big. We can get the Metal Energy down and get some stuff flowing. I'm going to go ahead and grab the Energy Spinner. Since we're going second, we can use this to find 3 energy instead of just the 1. So this is actually huge. And if we're able to flip heads on this second Order Pad, we're in a really good spot. So heads, there it is. We do get a heads. I'm going to go ahead and grab that Quick Ball so we can discard one of these energies and then put it into play. If we had a way to discard the energies, we could have grabbed an Energy Switch or something like that, but this will have to do for now. Quick Ball, going to go ahead and grab this Oranguru, put the Zacian into play, put the Oranguru into play, attach this Water Energy to the active, Metal Patch, or Metal Saucer onto the Zacian, put it on the Goggles, and then I think we're going to go ahead and Dedenne. We're looking for an E-Switch. That's going to make or break our game here. We don't find what we're looking for, but we do find some options. I'm going to go ahead and attach this Air Balloon for some free retreat later on, some good pivot. And I'm going to go ahead and research again, getting rid of this Dedenne. And some Metal Energies. There's a Saucer. There's the E-Switch, so we do get that turn 1 Altered Creation. I'm going to go ahead and move this here. There's no real reason to play this Acro Bike, so I'm just going to go ahead and Altered Creation. That Latios is not going to do anything to us now. So we have the Altered Creation down. We're going to be taking extra prizes. This game should be a wrap. I don't see much else that they can do once we start taking additional prize cards. There's the evolution into the Malamar and a Spell Tag going to hit the board. And there's the research. So we did call that correctly. You can usually make predictions based on your opponent's hand, based on whether or not they play a supporter. Since they went first and played down a ton of cards, it was pretty likely that they had a supporter in their hand. And yeah, there comes the retreat into the Jirachi. You're going to see a Stellar Wish. Our opponent's likely going to start trying to power up some attackers. There's another research, so we know that they have a supporter for next turn. That's important. We can use this Marnie to disrupt that. There's the Spell Tag. Jirachi into play, and there's a Sleep Flip. So our hand's pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and start by using Acro Bike. Grab that Chaotic Swell just so that nothing comes into play. I'm going to go ahead and Saucer. Just going to get all these energies into play, and we can actually start swinging with our ADP and then start accelerating energies that way. I'm going to go ahead and put the Swell into play. And then since I want to guarantee this E-switch, I'm going to go ahead and put it on top of the deck. Grab a Zacian and the Metal Goggles, so we'll go ahead and put that down. And then Marnie, going to disrupt our opponent's hand and then draw into that E-switch, so we have the guaranteed energy attach. And we actually just find a basic energy attachment, so I'm going to use that instead. And then we're going to simply Ultimate Ray, accelerate some metal energies from the deck, take 2 prize cards on that Jirachi, and we are in a really good spot to win now. So I'm going to go ahead and grab these energies, put 2 here, and then put the water on the active, since we saw that there's hammers in the opponent's deck based on their opening hand, just in case they want to get rid of that water energy. Water energy is not going to really be useful anywhere else, so I think that's probably the best place to put it. Also, I quickly want to touch on this Zamazenta V. This is going to give our Dragapult matchup a bit of a boost because they can't attack it. They can use Shred to go through it, or they can use the basic Dragapult, but if they go into the Dragapult VMAX, you can kind of drop this card by surprise, start removing those horror energies, and overall it's a pretty solid card that with Metal Goggles, you just reduce so much damage, and overall, very good card. There's that Crushing Hammer I was talking about earlier. Let's see if our opponent can flip heads as good as us. Here's the Crushing Hammer. There's the Tails. I guess not. And if our opponent has a Supporter or a Scoop of Net, it looks like they're going to just keep reusing those Jirachis into the Latios. They go. There comes the Jirachi, and there's that Research again. Going to discard the Giratina. Still no energy in the discard for our opponent. There's another Crushing Hammer. Tails. Flipping heads is pretty good, my guy. So this is a treasure. Going to get rid of a Cynthia. Going to see another Psychic Pokemon. There's the Malamar. Still no energies. So our opponent has not much going for him right now. This Latios isn't going to do too much because we have our Zacians powered up, so no big deal there. There's another Stellar Wish. Gotta go ahead and grab a Sky Pillar. Luckily, our Chaotic Swell is going to block that from coming to play, not that it matters. There it goes. Then the Sky Pillar gets bumped. We probably have that for Dragapult because Dragapult spreads so much damage. And there's the Sleep Flip with the Jirachi just staying in the active. And looking at this hand, we pretty much have the game locked up. So we don't even need to play anything, really. I'm going to go ahead and thin the deck. Just Quick Ball, grab Zacian. And then we can go ahead and E-switch. There's the concession. Yeah, our opponent can't really do much when we take 2 prizes per turn, and they can't prevent that Ultra Creation. So let's get into another game, see some more decks. Alright, game number 3. Looks like we're going against the Mirror Match. I saw an E-switch in their hand when they mulligan. We did get that mulligan card. It ended up being that Chaotic Swell. So our hand's looking pretty bad, actually. We might lose the mirror based on if the opponent can GX first. That's usually how it goes. But, you know, first to 6 prizes usually wins. So as long as we can do that before our opponent, we should be in a pretty good spot. And yeah, our opponent's taking a little bit to decide what they want to do. And hopefully we can top deck a live out, maybe an Order Pad into a heads. The thing I like about the Order Pad is it gives you more outs to doing stuff. There's just the attachment and Intrepid Sword from our opponents, so they're not doing too much either. Here we go, top deck time. Just a patch or a saucer. We go ahead and Energy Spinner grab. We could have grabbed more, but that's all right. We're just gonna go and grab the 1, and then go ahead and put the Swell into play just in case anything tricky comes out, and we're gonna just Intrepid Sword, see what we can get. Not a whole lot. We do get the Quick Ball, but if our opponent's able to knock us out this turn, they will win the game. So going forward from here, our hand's not too bad. We can patch and get some stuff going. We can E-switch, and we actually have win if the opponent doesn't do anything, so we can hope for that. They have a lot of cards. I'd be pretty surprised if they had nothing going on at this point. They have to find a Quick Ball or something by this point. But yeah, our hand's pretty good if we can get the donk. All we gotta see is that Intrepid Sword ability, and we do have the game. I was just still thinking a little bit. This deck is crazy fast. I was just noticing this, and there's the Oranguru, so we won't be winning this game that fast. But there's the Stamp too. But this deck with the Order Pads and the Acro Bike, you can just turbo through your deck and get going really quickly. So looks like our opponent drew some playable cards. We're gonna get a game here, and ideally we'd be able to Ultra Creation before they can. And depending on the variant they're playing, they might not be able to play it, but since we have those Order Pads and stuff, we could probably get it going. There's the Primate Wisdom. Might just see an Intrepid Sword. There's the Spinner, never mind. We're going to switch it up. And we could see Switch E-switch. That'd be pretty good from our opponent. But obviously we want to do it first. Fortunately, we're probably, looking at this hand, we're probably going to Quick Ball. Go ahead and grab that ADP. attach that energy to it, and then see what we can do there. There's the switch. Do they have the E-switch? Oh my god, the opponent with the turn 2 Ultra Creation before us. Kind of crazy. No order pads needed. They just got in there and did it. We're gonna see the Ultra Creation, and this is not great for us by any means. There's the Ultra Creation, and this mirror match is super important that you get that first, but we did not get it. So looking at this hand, I'm gonna go ahead and order pad, see what we can get out of this. There's the tail, so it won't matter. Gonna go ahead and get rid of this Great Catcher, grab the ADP, put that into play, and attach a water energy to it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and quick ball away this saucer, grab another Zacian, just get that going, and then research for 7, and then from there we can find a Dedenne or something else. So there's the research. Alright, our hand's cooking. We just need that energy switch, and we will have the Ultra Creation this turn. So we're gonna go ahead and Acro Bike so we can grab. There is the energy switch, so we do have Ultra Creation in hand. I'm gonna go ahead and quick ball. Actually, we're gonna go ahead. What do I want to do this turn? We can quick ball the metal energy. Let's go ahead and flip this order pad first, see what we can do. There's the head, so now we can get any trainer or item we want. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the spinner, then get some more energies into the discard. That seems like the best bet. I'll go ahead and grab the spinner, play it, grab the metal energy, quick ball away one of the metals, grab Dedenne, and then E-switch the energy on the active to the bench, switch into the ADP, Metal Saucer, put this onto one of the Zacians, and then Dedenne for 6. So we're in a lot of trouble if our opponent is able to boss's order the Dedenne and get a knockout on it. So we gotta hope that they don't have that. And our hand's looking okay. I'm gonna go ahead and Ultra Creation, and now we're gonna see what our opponent hands has. There's logic to hold the Dedenne and not do anything. I guess we did have Ultra Creation already, but I wanted to try and find some more saucers, just get those attacks going. But yeah, not a bad board for ourselves. The Dedenne being in play is definitely rough, but we do have an energy on the bench and our opponent doesn't. And I think we're cooking. We got some switches. Don't want to burn all the switches that we have, so that's a little annoying. But there's the Air Balloon onto the Oranguru. That would definitely be a nice card to have right now. We have one metal energy in the discard, so we can get some more of those. If our opponent doesn't have the energy, that'd be pretty good for us. Then we can swing into this ADP twice, then knock out one of the bench guys. There's the Primate Wisdom. Gonna switch a card with their hand to their top deck. Gotta see if they have an energy. There's the Dedenne, so they put a Dedenne into play now. Our best play next turn will be to boss's order that Dedenne and knock it out if they can't do it to ours. So there's the Cherish Ball. Gonna fail it. Quick Ball coming down, discarding the other ADP, get another Zacian. There it is. Ideally, they just swing into our active here, and there's the Marnie. Alright, so they can't be boss's order. They can't boss order this turn. Our switches go to the bottom of the deck, which is really good. There's our second Dedenne. As long as they don't have a Great Catcher, I think we're in a good spot. There's the Great Catcher. Oh no. Alright, so now it's a game of can they whiff. Once they take out this Dedenne, we're gonna have to hope that they can't knock out the Zacians on our bench. So this is a bit rough, for sure. Not what we want to have happen. Another strategy is we could try and target the Zacian that they're putting all the energies onto. But they are smart about it and spread them out. So we're going to go ahead and promote our ADP. And we could still be in a decent spot if we can find that other Metal Goggles and put it here. But we're going to have to Dedenne in order to do anything. I'm going to go ahead and play the Saucer for this here. We play no hand disruption, so it's kind of just, does our opponent have what they need? Going to go ahead and put those cards down, put the Dedenne into play. We just got to hope they don't have Boss, which I think they have pretty good odds of having. We'll go ahead and Acro Bike, see what we can get. There we do find our boss's order, so we're going to go ahead and pick up that Dedenne. Bring this guy to the active. We're going to hold the rest just in case the game goes on longer. But we do have the Eldegoss for boss next turn on one of these Zacians. So we just got to hope that our opponent doesn't have the boss's order. And if they don't have it, we're in a pretty good spot. So we're going to go ahead and accelerate these energies onto the board. let's see what our opponent has. Gonna go ahead and take the 3 prize cards on the Dedenne since Alter Creation's in effect. And let's see, does our opponent have the boss's order to win the game? Once again, unfortunate that we had to put the Dedenne into play. Very good draw from them, finding the Great Catcher off the Marnie. Zacian comes active. I think they have it. There's the Energy Spinner, going to grab them that energy. Biggest takeaways, don't bench your Dedennes if you can avoid it. We went super aggressive to find what we needed. There's the boss's order, so we're going to lose this game. And yeah, GG's to our opponent. Let's get into the next one. Alright, here's the next game. Game number 4. Hand's looking a little rough, not gonna lie. But we can hopefully get an Acro Bike out of this. Our opponent's gonna put down the Chaotic Swell, discard a Metal Energy with a Quick Ball, and it looks like we hit another one of those ADP mirrors. So this is tricky for sure, especially with this hand. There's the Goggle. We're gonna get a hit for a big hit off the Acro Bike. Not much. We do have the Water Energy, so that's not awful. I don't hate it. I'm gonna go ahead and put that Water Energy on the active, put the Zacian into play, Intrepid Sword, draw 3 cards. One of the best things about Zacian is that ability. Just gonna get that consistency, and now our hand went from basically dead to much better. Our opponent, however, there's the Order Pad, and they get head, so they're gonna get that Alter Creation off, and we're in a race for knockouts. There's the switch off the Order Pads. Our opponent just showcasing how powerful Order Pad can be. They went from possibly not having Alter Creation based on their hand to now having Alter Creation, but from what we learned last game, the Dedenne is in play, so that's a huge thing for us. Gonna go ahead and attach this energy here, put the Goggles on the bench, and we could Marnie and try and find some more cards, but it's possible our opponent doesn't have anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the risk that they don't have anything, go ahead and Alter Creation. And the reason being is I don't really want to give them more cards. There's the Zacian and the Research, so they end up having something. Research gonna discard that Metal Saucer. Have an energy in the discard. There's the attachment to the active, and the Ultimate Ray going to deal 180 damage. So our best bet this turn would be to Great Catcher this Dedenne up and knock it out, and then find Boss's Order the following turn to knock out this Zacian. There's the Order Pad, so this could be a big flip for us. Heads. Tails it is, unfortunately. I guess our opponent just had the draw on him. We're gonna go ahead and put the Zacian into play. Hand's pretty rough at this point, so I'm gonna go ahead and Quick Ball away one of these saucers, grab the Oranguru. Let's make sure that Great Catcher's in the deck. It is. Got 2 Boss's Order. So we're gonna go ahead and grab this Oranguru so that we can hold our saucers. Go ahead and Oranguru that saucer to the top. Then we're going to Dedenne, get the Eldegoss. Draw 6. We need Energy Great Catcher. There's the Energy and no Great Catcher. So we're in a bit of a sticky spot. And we can go ahead and Cherish Ball. Grab the ADP. We unfortunately don't find a supporter to go off of, and we're in a pretty rough spot now. So I think our best bet is going to be to attach to the active and swing into this ADP. Not having any stamp really hurts this deck, because we're not going to be able to disrupt our opponents. We're going to go ahead and Ultimate Ray and put these energies on the bench. So there's the 180. Gonna grab all these metal energies, put them into play. Put 2 on the Zacian with the Goggles and 1 on the Zacian without it. And from here, our opponent has a pretty clear path to victory. They definitely have a better shot at winning this game than us. That mirror match really all about finding the KOs when you can. So there's the knockout. Our best bet would be to knock out this Zacian and hope that they don't have a way to do it, but now they have another Zacian on deck. Well, not exactly. I was expecting more attachments going there. But we can't stamp and boss at the same time, so I wouldn't be surprised if they had the game. We're going to go ahead and promote our own Zacian. Go ahead and draw this Metal Energy, put that into play. Saucer, going to put this energy on the other Zacian. Put this Air Balloon in play. Quick Ball, get rid of the ADP. Grab this other Dedenne. Actually, we're going to grab this Zamazenta just thin. Opponent's hand is huge, so our game plan is we knock out this ADP, they whiff the knockout on our... Or sorry, we knock out the Zacian and they whiff the knockout, period. Not looking great. Gonna go ahead and Quick Ball away the Cherish Ball. Get that other Zacian out of the deck. We have 2 Boss's Orders in the deck, so we're gonna need to find one of those. off of this Acro Bike. Let's see. We find another Acro Bike, so it's getting a little intense. Acro Bike again. What do we got? Order Pad and Goggles. Gonna go ahead and grab the Order Pad. Flip that coin. There's the Tails. Primate Wisdom for one more card. With the Metal Energy back. There's the Great Catcher, so that's not gonna do it. Gonna go ahead and just swing into the Zacian, and that should be game because our opponent is gonna swing back into us and get that knockout. Take our 4 prize cards. There's the well played from our opponent. I would assume that means we're gonna lose. All they have to do is Brave Blade, and that's gonna be it. So let's hop into another game. I'll see you there. All right, here we go. Looks like we're playing against a Psyduck deck, and there's the concession. Let's try it out again. All right, looks like we hit that Inkay again, and just a pass. So we could dig for the win here, go for the altercation. I'm gonna go ahead and quick ball away this Metal Energy, grab ourselves a Zacian so we can get that Metal Saucer going. Looks like we have enough resources to do it, so we're gonna go ahead and grab the Zacian, put this into play. We have the Air Balloon too for the switch. We have Metal Saucer, get this Metal Energy into play, and then Research, draw 7. We need some saucers and some energy in the discard. Not a whole lot going on with this hand. Gonna go ahead and Order Pad. Heads it is. Gonna go and grab this Cherish Ball. Actually, I think... yeah, we want this Cherish Ball. For sure. If we can get heads on this Order Pad, we're gonna go ahead and get that Energy Spinner. Heads it is. Grab the Energy Spinner. Get tons of energy into the discard. Go ahead and use that spinner. Grab these 3 Metal Energies. Thin out the deck a little bit too. I think our best bet, honestly, is to just go for win. So we're going to go ahead and grab these and ignore the Arceus or the ADP strategy. We just need a saucer and an attachment after this Dedenne, and we'll have the win. So we're going to go ahead and use this Dedenne-GX and guarantee the attachment right now. So I'm going to go and do that. Then go ahead and Dedenne-GX. All we need is a Metal Saucer. Can we draw it? Get the game. We got a lot of bikes. Lots of bikes. 3 bikes. Here we go. Grabbing the energy here. Bike number 1 is a fail. Bike number 2 is a fail. Go ahead and grab this water energy just to have that for a possible turn. Next Acro Bike, do we get it? We do not. Gonna go and grab the energy switch, and then can we get off the Primate Wisdom? Let's see. Get that Research back on the deck. There's the boss's order, so we don't end up hitting it. A little unfortunate. Gonna go ahead and Intrepid Sword. Put that Metal Energy on there. Big whiff, unfortunately, but we were close. The saucers were hiding. Our opponent has the Inkay all by itself. Gonna see what he can do with it. Maybe just pass back. There's the boss's order, an attempt to stall. We got the switch in hand. There's a Crushing Hammer. Tails it is. And we have the game with the switch. So guys, that's going to do it for our video on ADP Zacian. If you liked the video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn that notification bell on. And yeah, that's it for the video. Join the Discord. All the stuff is in the description. I'm now going live on Sundays and Wednesdays, so catch us there. And yeah, have a good one. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you guys.